Hello guys, so today we're going to talk about a very unusual problem that I have with my simulator. So every time I start my gauge cluster, in the past few days I've been getting this message, time for regular maintenance. So this happens because as I drive, the mileage goes up and there's an interval that the gauge will just tell me to go for regular maintenance. I can't just take this to the Volvo dealership, so what do I have to do? So what I have to do is basically I have to remove. So you can see where I have the turnstock. So what I do is I remove the cover, then I pop the trim out. It should be just fairly easy even with one hand. Once this is removed, I can just remove the gauge cluster from its original connection right here in the back. Now it's completely turned off. Then I take to my workbench. Essentially I connect the harness then, and all I have to do now to turn it on, and I also have a code here that I send the reset service. So this code here will reset the service. All I have to do now is connect the USB. It's always going to be wrong. Now the gauge cluster is going to power on. You can see the time for regular maintenance. Then all I have to do is tell it to send the code, and this will send the Arduino the code, so the gauge cluster will restart again. And now that it's powered on, you can see there's no more service message. All I have to do now is to get the harness, disconnect, take the gauge cluster back to the simulator, connect the harness, and now, as you can see, there is no more service message. So the gauge cluster is back working, and all I need to do now is just to put all the trim back. Put the top trim. I don't use screws. This car is not going anywhere, and I put the little trim that I made for my steering wheel. So, like so. And that's how you reset a service message on your simulator.